Here we go again. I don't know what to say. I know we've been doing this for 21 years. I told you guys I'd come straight ahead. So, you know, with coming straight ahead, I was going to take some contact and let him shoot heavy shots from the beginning. Take him down the stretch and do what we do best. And that's what we did tonight. We had a cool training camp. You know, I didn't box for the last month. I didn't do no sparring, but you know, there's no excuses. He came out here, he fought a hell of a fight, a hell of a stand-up guy, and I went out there and just did what I do best. You know, I want to say congratulations to my team, strong team. I got a real strong team. I've been working on my team for a lot of years. You know, I've been knowing Dana White for 21 years since I came to Las Vegas. And I'm one of the first guys that believed in Dana White before anybody believed in Dana White. I was one of the first guys to give Dana White a chance when nobody wanted to give him a chance. Dana, thank you. And Leonard Ellaby, you know, CEO of Mayweather Promotions. We don't always see eye to eye, but at the end of the day, we always get great results, and we get the job done. Me and my father, we don't always see eye to eye, but we always get great results, and that's really what it's about. You know, my CBS, Showtime, Steven Espinoza. I mean, there's so many people I want to thank. You know, the CEO of the UFC. You know, the fans from Ireland that came over, and all the media, the MMA media, the boxing media, for covering this event. And I told my dad, it was something I was talking to my dad about, that me and him would keep amongst us, because certain things don't go out to the public, you know. But we had a game plan. Our game plan was to take our time, let him shoot all his heavy shots, keep walking him down, shoot heavy shots to the body, shoot big shots upstairs. And my dad said my dad thought it was gonna be a little bit earlier, around the 7th or the 6th. But you know, it took us a little longer than we expected, but we did what we said we was gonna do. And everybody, remember this. You know, I told you people, I guarantee you this fight wouldn't go the distance. I told you, I was going for the knockout, I was going straight ahead. And with going straight ahead, you're gonna take contact, I understand that. But, you know, after 21 years in the sport of boxing, you know, I had some great fights, I had some boring fights. But at the end of the day, I will be always remembered as a winner, you know, no matter how you win, as long as you win. And I know how to dissect my opponent. I know how to go out there and break them down and just stick to the game plan. It was an injury, of course, not an injury like that, but I wanted my hands to be 100% for the fight. You know, I didn't want my hands is real brittle. You know, everybody knows that. I wanted my hands to be solid when I come out here. So when I'm shooting hard shots, you know, I'm able to break the guy down. Whereas if I were to box and I got a serious hand injury. Okay, I'm gonna touch on that. I wanna touch on that, Kevin, but I wanna say something. We did break the record tonight for the biggest gate. Me and Pacquiao done 72 million. I think we done somewhere over 80 million, you know, for the live gate. We also on pay-per-view. It took us so long to come out for the fight. I know all the fans was anticipating, like, why you guys taking so long? The reason why we took so long is because the servers, the pay-per-view server in California and in Florida crashed. So we want to make sure we get everything back in place, you know, everything in the right place, so that everybody can see pay-per-view and give everybody a show. A hell of a fighters out there. There's a lot of young lions out there, you know. You won't see me in the ring no more, so any guy that's calling me out, forget it, I'm okay. You know, I had a great career, I had a tremendous career. Devontae, Tank Davis, I'm proud of everybody that's under the Mayweather Promotions banner, you know, and of course, you know, I have to say I'm proud of Al Heyman. I just want to help these fighters. You know, I look forward to becoming a boxing trainer. Just helping trainers, as far as no different from, my dad is a hell of a trainer, you know. He taught me the sport. And everything that he taught me from day one, I still know. Sometimes fighters think that, oh, I'm undefeated or I'm a knockout puncher. That makes me a superstar. It takes more than that. It takes a lot of work on the outside and surround yourself with the right team to become a mega superstar.
Floyd, my other question.
He was solid. You know, I've been off for a couple years. and I'm a lot older now. Remember I told you guys, I'm not the same Floyd Mayweather I was 21 years ago. I told you guys I'm not the same Floyd Mayweather I was 2 years ago. But remember, I still have a hell of an IQ, and I'm still a thinker. So what I did was, and as far as his punching power, he's solid. I felt it before, so that's why I kept coming straight ahead. Obviously, it wasn't the type of power to say I can't come forward, because if it was that type of power, I wouldn't have came forward. I let the referee do his job. I let the referee do his job. I'm not here to bash the referee. But you guys know what was going on. A lot of rabbit punching, a lot. Things happen, but Conor McGregor's a hell of a fighter. I'm not here to bash anyone. I just went out there to do my job tonight. Get the fans what they want to see. I pushed them and told them, you still ain't knocked me out yet. I thought you said it wasn't going past 4. Show me your real power. That's all. It was it. It just trash talking that fighters do, whether it's MMA or boxing. We talk trash. That's what we do. Well, every fight played a major key. Not just number 50, just to get to this point. A lot of people ask me about Rocky Marciano. Rocky Marciano is a legend. He paved the way for me to be where I'm at. There's a lot of champions that paved the way for me to be where I'm at. Like I said, every fight counts to me, not just one fight. Not number 48, not number 49, not number 50. Every fight played a major key in my career. But right before we came out, I talked with the legendary trainer, Floyd Mayweather, my father. We talked, and he said, we communicate. When I was younger, when I got older, me and my dad is able to talk. There's a difference between when I'm 21 and I'm 40. Me and my dad is able to have a father-son conversation. We communicated, we talked. He knew the reason why, he knew what I was doing. We talked about it in the back. We said the game plan is let him shoot us low, let him shoot all the hard shots. He's gonna try to kill me. He's gonna keep switching. We'll take our time, shoot hard shots to the body, eventually break him down. We get him around the 6th and the 7th, but he lasted a little longer than we expected, but I stuck to the game plan. I'm not here to bash anyone. I told you guys what I was gonna do. I knew he was gonna be a tough competitor. It's about pushing myself. And in number 49, it wasn't good enough. Number 48 wasn't good enough. So I told you guys I was gonna come straight ahead for number 50 can be good. And a lot of rabbit punching, a lot of hitting in the back of the head, hitting in the back. Once again, I'm not the referee, I'm just a fighter. That's for the referee to do his job. And I told the referee in the back, if you go back and view it, when the referee was in the back with me, I told him he's gonna be doing a lot of rapid punching, and my only concern was hitting me in the back of the head. I said I want him to keep the punches on the side and in the front. But all the shots was coming to the back, but he's tough. He's a tough guy. Oh, no, not at all. It is what it is, I just know that going straight ahead, if you're going straight ahead, with your guards up, you're gonna get some contact. I'm trying to close the gap. He was throwing some awkward shots from an awkward position, landed a couple uppercuts, hooks, but I'm more like, stay calm, relax. You've been here before because, you can't play into the crowd. You can't play into his fans. Like what? What, take away from my career, like what?
Just enduring all those things, the trying to make weight, taking on each opponent, like you said, dissecting each opponent, figuring each guy out over time.
Just throughout my career, when I was thinking about my career, I never wanted, as far as, making weight, when you asked me about Gervonta, Tank making weight, he's young. But when I was young, I think I would have made those same mistakes if I didn't have my father in my life. Listen, everybody know in this room that's watched me fight, I could have easily outboxed Conor McGregor, counter-punched him all night. That's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to go out with a bang. I told you guys I would come straight ahead. I feel like I owe that to the fans for the Pacquiao fight. Go back and look at all the interviews that I did. I never focus on anything but the guy that's in front of me. Because when it comes down to it, I always said this for many, many years, the fans cannot fight for you. And one thing I know I can do, I can fight. So the fans, when they shout, scream, I don't worry about nothing. I just, keep my composure and stick to the game plan. Constantly keep coming ahead, pushing him back. When he first come out for the first 20 seconds of the round, when he go back to his corner and he sit down, and once he break, that's when I'm gonna shoot a hard shot to the body, hit him with a hard shot up top, and keep pushing him back. Remember, I told you guys, weight doesn't win fights. Fighting wins fights. And then, when I said talking doesn't win fights, fighting wins fights. Meaning that when we was on when we was on stage for the weigh-in, I don't have to do no more talking. We fighting tomorrow, so I did enough talking on our tour, basically. So everybody said, "Oh, Mayweather, you was talking on the tour." Okay, I did a lot of talking on tour. There's no need to talk anymore. And remember, all the fans that was here, those are soccer fans, and for the international people, those are football fans. But he's a hell of a fighter. And then I hear him talking about, "Oh, you should let me go out on my back or go out on my face." No, the referee saves you because the referee is thinking about your future, because you're still young, and we want you to be able to fight again someday. So the referee is saving you. He's not saving me. That's all I'm saying. Yes, I did walk away from the sport before. Very comfortable. I didn't have to come back. If I see an opportunity to make 350 million in 36 minutes, why not? I had to do it. But this is the last one. You guys have my word. I had a great career. A great career. I can't complain about anything. I can't complain about anything. Steven Espinoza, like I said before, in CBS, they gave me the biggest deal in sports history. Remember, I told you guys this. You go back and look at the last press conference. This is exactly what I said. Remember, you can give it, but I've been hit by some of the best punchers in the world throughout my career. 90% of the time, I'm dishing it out. I told Conor McGregor, this is exactly what I told him. I said, you can dish it out, but you have to be able to take it. The same way you dish it out, you have to be able to take it. Just like when you have children, and you got children, and they joking with each other. One want to joke with the other, but the other don't want. But when one feeling good and the other not feeling good, they not in the mood to joke. So, just like in boxing, most times your big punchers, they can't take it. They could take it early on, but down the stretch, they can't take it. I just told them, you tough. I told him, you're a tough competitor. Good fight, and keep up the good work, basically. Always want to carry myself like a gentleman, even though, you gotta realize when we in the press conference, when we doing what we doing, that's my job. He's the notorious one, I'm the money man, so we gotta get a fans what they want to see. When the fans, when we done the press tour, we went to four cities and 3 countries in 4 or 5 days. So when we had arenas like this, packed with 20,000 fans, we got to give them a show. "Oh, I don't like you." Good fight. May your career go on. I'm pretty sure they're happy. I'm pretty sure they're happy because they get to see me a lot more. We get to spend a lot more time together, and that's really what it's about. It's about family. I came out here first, to Vegas. Well, my Uncle Roger came out here to Vegas first. And then I didn't even have no plans on moving. Actually, I didn't even have no plans on moving to Las Vegas. I came out here, turned professional at 19. And I can remember when I turned professional, because I always talk about this story, in the dressing room, at the Mayweather Boxing Club. I go in the back, when I went to Top Rank promotion company, when I went inside the office, I looked, and they said it was talking. Then they moved a piece of paper out the way. I haven't seen that many O's in my life, because I come from poverty. I come from the inner city. The check was only $100,000, but to me, when I seen the check, it looked like 100 million, because I'm from the inner city. I never seen those type of numbers. hood rich to me is, you know, 30 or 40, $60,000. That's hood rich. You hear about it, but when you're actually seeing 100,000, everything Top Rank was saying to me, I didn't hear anything. I just wanted to sign on a dotted line and get the check. And I feel like I was the richest man in the world at 19, receiving $100,000. But, you know, I went to the gym. I never slacked. I continued to work hard every day. So a lot of people want to kind of know about our relationship. So it was kind of rocky. You know, when my dad left me, I was basically a teenage kid. And when he come back into my life, I'm an adult because I'm paying my own bills. I'm responsible. I got my own house. I got my own car. I got my own everything. So it's kind of hard for us to really get on the same page. He still is the best trainer to ever train me, hands down. That I'm just in fighting, period, that fighters need. And that's why I had to ups on most fighters, is because I done those key things that my dad taught me. Conor, of course, I mean, it's like a catch-22. If he didn't get knocked out, I mean, if he hit the canvas, then they would have said, why you guys didn't stop it earlier? Then when you stop it, you're gonna say, oh, I didn't hit the canvas. I mean, you didn't throw a punch for a whole 1 minute and was getting hit with big shots. I'm here to bash Conor McGregor. I'm not here to do that. We done enough talking. I told him before, we both done a lot of talking, you know, a lot of barking. It's time to bite. That was it. It's not easy. It's not easy. And I'm pretty sure Steven was extremely happy when I said, we're gonna do this fight. You know, I'm the first one that talked to the CEO of the UFC. One day, I was on the phone with the CEO of the UFC, and I said, yo, me and Conor can fight. And he was like, no, Floyd, not that fight. I don't think he want to fight. But eventually, we made it happen. But as far as my legacy, you know, the most important thing to me about my career is the things that I did on the outside. You know, making the money on the inside, but making my money work for me on the outside. That's the most important thing to me about my career.
Thank you.
Thank you. No, you got.
Right.
Yeah, we gonna. When these young fighters get their checks, you know, when they get their checks, we can't think about just right now. You know, a lot of fighters. I was like that but I got the money real young. The 100,000 that was the first check I got. But all throughout that week, I got some more checks from Top Rank. So, you know, I think by the time I was 20, probably by the time I was 20, 21, I was a millionaire. But these young fighters want to buy. They see Floyd Mayweather with all the watches, all the diamond chains, all the cars. They have to invest their money. That's very, very, very important. You know, you have to, you know, when I get with my billionaire buddies, I don't get with my billionaire buddies and say, oh, I'm happy to hang in your house, or I'm happy to ride on your jet. You know, I don't say that, oh, I'm happy to ride on your yacht. I say, teach me how you did it, so I can have the same thing. So my great-grandchildren can have it. Because I try to teach these fighters that becoming rich, you become rich. Wealth is something that is established to where wealth, when you get millions every month, you know, like myself, making millions every month. But you know, I have to take my hat off to Al Heyman also, because he's a very, very shrewd businessman. He's fucking unbelievable. Al Heyman is unbelievable. And I'm talking about millions of dollars. And then also, you know, like I said before, I learned how to work smarter, not harder. No different from this. You know, I got this hat on up here for a reason. And normally you guys would see me with a money team hat on, so you know they had to pay a hefty price for me to have this hat on. On my way, you know, to the venue, what I was playing, everybody always see me on social media with the old school iPod. Because the new school iPod, you're not able to shuffle the songs. But the old school iPod, you can have more diamonds on the old school iPod, and you're able to shuffle those songs. But what I'm listening to is I like a lot of old school music. You know, a lot of old school music. Come on in, Conor. I'm listening to a lot of old school music, a lot of old school R&B, a lot of old school rap.
What about that Bodak Yellow?
Who?
Bodak Yellow? Cardi B?
Oh, Cardi B, she's making a mark, you know. She's done an amazing job to come from, you know, a cast of loving hip hop to having a big song. She's truly amazing.
What's up, everybody? Hello. Put my whiskey down, Notorious Irish whiskey. Coming soon. Do I answer questions or do I just rattle on? Rattle on? No problem. It was a good fight. Thought I smoked them the early rounds. I thought I bushed you up the early rounds, but I tell you what, you're one composed individual. You didn't get rattled. You tucked in when you needed to tuck in. I thought you switched up your game plan 3 times. You came out looking to box. I thought you were being outboxed early on. You looked to play against the ropes like you looked to play. You were getting picked off there. And then you came in, hands up towards your forehead, dipped in, forehead on the chest, and started to fight that kind of fight. I didn't anticipate that. Three game changes in the fight. That's what a true champion does. It was a hell of a fight. I would have liked to see the end of the 10th. I think fatigues, there's like a patch. There's a patch somewhere in the middle of fights, even with the Diaz 2 fight. I have this patch where I must overcome. I get a little wobbly, and I start but it's more fatigue, and I can't, if you look at the Diaz 2 fight, I came through that, came back round 4, round 5. I would have liked to see the end of round 10 and see where it brought us, but hell of a competitor. Switched it up, kept the pressure. You've got to give your hat off to Floyd. A hell of a career, congratulations. It was a good fight. It was a bit of fun, right? It was a bit of fun. I have to say I enjoyed it. The boxing game is a lot different than the mixed martial arts game, from everything, the approach to it. I thought the referee done a great job as well. I do feel it was a little bit early, but I respect his decision, and I thought he done an amazing job. I thought he let the fight flow where it should have flown. Somewhere in the middle of all that, I was like, I'm using valuable energy here to get to this man's back, and then we're just being reset to go again. So it kind of flustered me a little bit, and he was able to capitalize on it. He's very composed, picks his shots very well, bounces shots off himself very well, and hides himself well. You know what I mean? I believe he was hurt a few times, but he keeps his composure. He doesn't show it. So, look, I enjoyed it. I hope you all enjoyed it. It was a fun fight.
Hey, Conor, straight.
You know, what? The check is all right. The check's not bad. Very good. But look, I'm gonna try and I've already been raising the MMA check, so don't get it twisted. I'm still gonna raise the MMA checks when I go back there. Now, just the whole. It's just a lot more. I don't know what the fuck the difference is, but it's different. It's very different. By the disrespect and the disregard that I was shown. In fairness, Floyd and his team never actually showed that disrespect. It was just the overall, everyone else. And it was almost like a little bit of a jealousy thing, so I kind of just got over it. But the disrespect for my skill set was a little bit, you know, it took me back a little bit. But I always knew that when the fight comes around, August 26th, I'm going to show up and I'm going to give a good account of myself. And I thought I'd put him out there, and I went to put him out. And I believe the first couple of shots flustered him, and I hit him a few times, but then he started reading it, and then he started parrying the shots well. He had a good, strong parry on his lead hand. He dipped low, caught the body shots well. When he started engaging in his right hand to the body, I thought it was very well. I enjoyed the fight. It was a great contest, and a lot of stuff I'll take with me. I could also continue in the boxing game. So what's next for me is continue to study and continue to learn. I'm a student of martial arts and fighting as a whole. I've studied everyone in the game, in all games, including Floyd. And it was an honor to share the ring with him and get up close and personal. I feel I held my own earlier. I feel it was close. I feel 5-4. I feel it was 5-4 into round 10. I would have liked him to get to the bell to see what was what. Of course, one of the main things in camp was go from 5 rounds to 12 rounds. That was obviously the main fucking thing. I had to experience that 12-round fatigue. And in the spars, with all my sparring partners, when I do the 12 rounds, there was always those middle rounds where I was like, I'd get to say 6, and then I'd be like, I couldn't see the finish line. I'd be like, fuck, I've got so many more rounds left. And I couldn't see the finish line. But then when I got through them, I got to like round 10, 11, certainly 11 and 12, I could see, okay, there's only 6 minutes left, and I could dig deep, and then I get that second wind. That's why I would have loved it if I could have just got to the end of that 10th round. But the referee, I thought, done a great job. I thought he let the fight play, and I thought Floyd was phenomenal in there. Very composed, very select with his shots. And that's it. We live and we learn. I think the more you engage in wrestling and grappling, the upper body gets a little bit more blocky, a little bit more full. Whereas when I was engaging in boxing training solely, it was more cardiovascular based. So the body was trimming out. And then obviously I put in the stomach work. I knew they were coming for he was coming for the body. And his straight right hands to the body were nice. They were timed well. They were set up well, and fair play to him. Fair play to him. I will start engaging in my kicking again, and we'll see what's next. I'll also look to adjust and prepare for a fighter that comes in with his forehead first and his hands up. Oh, you know, in camp, I had one sparring partner that fought like that, but everyone else kind of fought in that kind of traditional Philly shell style, or even a little bit more light in the feet, or a little bit more back against the ropes. But I only had one sparring partner that actually came and pressed forward. He had a bit of weight on me. And I only sparred him for the first 6 rounds, and then I'd move on to someone else. And I can't help but feel the way the fight panned out and the way Floyd adjusted, and I adopted that style. If I'd have had more of him in the later rounds in sparring, I would have been more prepared for that feeling, and I wouldn't have wasted some shots on the guard and on the gloves, and I would have been a little bit better prepared for that. We'll see what happens. I'm going to hit. I beat a childhood friend of mine is getting married. I'm going to charter out a 100-foot yacht, maybe for a day. Fuck that, paying for the whole thing, the full whack. And just rally it for a day, have a big party on it, take a load of pictures, and then just get the fuck off it. That's probably my plans, and then I'll see what's next.
You built to this over a long time. You saw this. Certainly you wanted to get the win, but what's next? How can you take this to the next level? What's the next vision?
This was some buzz to come in and face this man, and you know, so many doubters, so many, it's never gonna happen. Like, even thinking it's never gonna happen. Remember that time? This fight is never gonna happen, and I always stood like, we can get this fight happen. Then it was like, I'm not gonna lay a glove, and there were so many things to overcome, and I just enjoyed the whole experience. So I'm just relishing in it for now. I have many options in mixed martial arts. I'm sure there's options now that will present themselves in the boxing game. Right now I'm a free agent. My name is on the ring. Where is it? There you go. McGregor Sports and Entertainment on the ring, in a boxing ring. That's something to be proud of, and I'm very proud of that. So I'll see what's next, but I'm open. I'm very biased. I'm actually shocked at that. I thought I won the first 3 rounds clearly. 4th round could be argued either way. We'll say 3-1. And then he started to take over then, and I thought I snuck in round 8. Then he won 9 and then got the stoppage in 10. So what was that? 5-4 into the final round, and he got the win. But in reality, all that means nothing. He got the win. Respect to him. I enjoyed it. I thought I done okay. You know, I thought I switch hit it a few times. He was wide to that. I know Paulie was on the phone to him telling him certain movements, but I switched through the lead hook, and he pulled from it a few times beautifully. Then I switched it up and hit the lead to the body. I caught him once or twice with that. But he's a smooth operator in there. He's not 50-0 for no reason. So I just enjoyed the whole process of it. I would have liked to see the final bell. I think we represent ourselves with pride wherever we go. We raised that flag so high and so much. Like, I had a big fur coat. They made me a big fur coat, and it looked like something Ric Flair would have worn. Like a really flashy yoke. It came down and dragged on the back that I was going to wear to the ring. And I was like, you know what? It looks great, but I just want to wear the Irish flag. And I just parked it off and rocked the Irish flag. We're just proud people. We love a fight. We love anyone that can stand toe-to-toe and fight. And that's what we show respect to anyone that comes in and does it. So I'm just very proud of my people and my country, like I always am.
Big round of applause for two classic gentlemen.